All right, let's talk about the main event, KSI versus Tommy Fury. Before we get into should Tommy Fury just stay in this scene because maybe he isn't a good enough boxer to compete in real boxing, who did you have winning the fight?
Well,
This is
I've got
controversial. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I saw you writing it down. I was behind you as you were writing it down all night, and I think I disagreed with one of the 10-9s, but it was
yeah. I
difficult.
mean, I gave KSI the first round 10-9,
Yeah,
and I gave the second round 10-8 to KSI,
yeah.
and then I gave Tommy Fury the next 4 rounds.
Does that mean Tommy
10-9.
wins it by one?
They were all close. They were all
Yeah,
close.
yeah. But the fact it was close, is that like a black eye on Tommy Fury, the pro boxer who's been doing it since he was 6, right? Put on gloves for the first time at such a young age. Shouldn't Tommy Fury really be running through these guys like a hot knife through? But like, what would Vidal Riley do to a KSI?
Well, Vidal Riley's a lot bigger than him. Yeah, he would hurt him and knock him out. He wouldn't though, because they're friends. Remember?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And Vidal was there, of course, doing his own thing. I think I've got to commend KSI because I think he made himself difficult to fight. I loved that Michael Venom Page stance that he had developed with shoot fighters, London shoot fighters, with Dimitriades brothers, Alexis particularly. And yeah, I think he shocked Tommy Fury early with his speed and that right hand that landed. And that was what he was successful with for at least 2 rounds in the bout. And Tommy Fury couldn't work him out. He's too much of a novice to work to work KSI out, and probably should have stood back and just boxed.
Yeah,
I think used his jab. But it was close. And it was, I actually thought, given that it was Misfits promotion, it was KSI's card, that the judges might have swayed towards KSI.
Same. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's when you know that there's no corrupt scorecards in Misfits. Because if any, this was going to go to KSI. As soon as I knew it was close, like, okay, KSI's got this. And
yeah, I thought
go crazy.
And they announced it as a majority decision, but it was actually a unanimous decision. One of the cards was counted up wrong.
How do you count up a 6-round card wrong?
I don't know.
How can you not count 6 rounds?
But it was. I found myself very impressed with KSI and what he's done. Or is that a reflection on how poor Tommy Fury is? KSI believes they clinched a lot, didn't they? I thought Tommy Fury got a point deducted very early in the bout. I think he'd caught KSI only a couple of times around the back of the head at that point, because it happened afterwards and nothing really was done about it. But it was very close. For the relief of boxing, Tommy Fury won. And I think just how close it was, we'll probably see another one between them when the dust settles.
You know, as I was watching it, all I was thinking about, and maybe this is on reflection, if this did 1 point, let's just say 1 million, because we're not quite sure about the numbers, what would KSI versus Jake Paul do?
Huge.
My Lord.
Huge.
Like, just, it's ridiculous. Like, and if I'm Tommy Fury, I want to stay in this space. Like, Tommy Fury, every time I spoke to him, he kept on talking about, I'm going to be the death of this crossover boxing scene. I'm thinking, no. You should want it to stay alive, because this is your space. It's fantastic for you. Forget trying to become an English, what would he be? Cruiserweight? Because he's not making 175. They'd have to go up. Forget that. I think that's a bit of a pipe dream right now. Stay in this space. Fight Logan. Call out Jake for the rematch. Call out KSI, because you'll make millions and you'll fight in front of arenas like this. It's you. It's okay. I get why he wants to be a pro boxer. I understand it, the Fury name, but it's fine just staying in this space.
Yeah, and there's PR reports, PR guru reports that I've had emailed to me saying that, you know, by 2025, he'll have earned another 10 million from these kind of fights. And but the other thing is the astronomical one is, and it's doable, is him against Conor McGregor, you know?
KSI?
No, Tommy Fury against
Tommy Fury. Okay.
That would do massive numbers.
All of them.
If Tommy Fury beat, he could face Logan Paul, he could face KSI in a rematch, he could rematch with Jake Paul. But then if Conor McGregor got involved in the mix, and what I'm hearing is he's obviously returning to the UFC. I know we're going to talk about it later. If Conor McGregor got in the mix, you're talking tens of millions he's going to earn. You know, for that. So he doesn't need to go to that other space right now. They always say get in and out in boxing, keep your health, and earn as much money as you can. He's got a good problem right now, not a bad problem. Stay with it, go with it. That's his space. He's going to have to deal maybe mentally and psychologically with he's never going to be a world champion in regular boxing, in regular pro boxing, but it won't matter in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, just before we leave the Misfits world, do you think it survives without those four? So the four that we saw, plus I guess you chuck in Jake Paul to the mix as well. Like, isn't the hope for Mams Taylor and Kalle Sauerland that they can put on pay-per-view events, not massive ones like that? That's a Super Bowl event, but can they put on smaller ones without the inclusion of those four guys, maybe plus a Jake Paul? How does that work?
The problem they'll have is that someone else will come along who can do what they can do in terms of generating interest and PR and promotion. And we always say this in boxing, who are going to be the next stars that sustain the sport? I think it'd be the same in that milieu. And the bottom line with all of this is they've attached themselves onto this sport. The word, I mean, in a way, they've hijacked the platform in some ways. You know yourself, it's why we love fight sports. There is so much drama to watching two people fighting. It's almost human nature to look at people having a row. Your human instincts, the instincts in your brain make you want to engage with it or run away from it or whatever it be, flight or fight, even as an observer. And I think this attraction, the drama, the theatre that fight sports creates, will get celebrity MMA in the end as well.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's going away, Eddie. And a lot of people won't like it. They won't even like me saying this, but I don't think it's going away. I just think it's going to grow. We think it could end with the Paul brothers, KSI and Tommy Fury, and that's going to be the group. But there's going to be some other youngster that comes through who's got 100 million subscribers soon, who's got some athleticism about them. Bryce Hall I met on the train on the way up. He's a former state wrestler or university wrestler or college or high school wrestler. He's got 6 million followers. He came over to make his name. He was shouting at Logan Paul at the press conference.
Yeah, asking about
steroids. It will grow. It will grow. And what they might do, it's working over here more than it's working in the States at the moment, I think. It might grow there. It might grow in Brazil. It might grow somewhere else. I just have an instinct that this will be milked and marketed for all it's worth.